It is the second day of the Maiden's Blessing festival in the town of Lenge's Pass. Some gifts have been given, some may still be waiting to be delivered. There are children running throughout the streets in this late morning. A little row of tiny snowmen have been built out in front of the tavern that strangely depict each of you, but they're each marked with the Brunhilde's rune of protection. You can see that the tavern has set out its finest collection of sweet pies. There is ale, sweet potato mash, and all kinds of delicious treats. Giving us a little glimpse of maybe what each of your characters are doing on that particular morning.
I'll go first. Unsurprisingly, no. You know what? If it's early enough in the morning, I would say that Esmond has probably made his way to the bottom floor of the inn they're staying at for some early morning hakim, maybe a little bit to eat. But he has his journal in front of him, as per usual, and is still making notes as he eats and sips on his drink.
I think you'd be surprised to see that Peach is up early too. She is moving around the tavern as if she works there, which is not true, but she cannot stop herself from that natural habit of starting to clear and bust the tables for breakfast. And I feel like as she starts to clear one of Esmond's coffee cups, Hakeem cups, she instead stops and goes, what am I doing? I'm gonna... And she will take a seat next to Esmond and start going through her own notebook and starting to study along how to make the new bullet styles that Esmond has introduced to her now that she's kind of come to and stopped doing the automatic waitressing.
Echelon has come down with bow over shoulder, sword on hip, shield on back, and slips down the stairs and just toward the table, looking for the Hakim, and casting a gaze around the common room to see if Fane is there. She actually isn't sure if he's staying here or if he's staying in his home here, which would make more sense than staying in the inn. So she's just looking around for anyone seen Fane around.
I think... Yeah, I think you maybe, as you're looking around, asking around, you spot him out through the window. He's sitting on like the edge of one of the fountains in town. He just seems to be watching like the people going about their day.
Chris, you do have a cat right next to your microphone, right?
Yes, there's just a cat purring very close to...
That's a blizzard.
Chris is just thrilled, okay? Don't judge him.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, just
He also has a second set of vocal cords to do that.
Yeah, and he can express them however he likes.
Perfect.
Catching sight of him out the window, Echelon moves over, taps on the window to get his attention, sort of like a reverse fishbowl, and then makes I'm gesturing, you can't see me. I don't know why I'm bothering. And gestures for him to come over inside.
Yeah, you catch his attention after a moment. He gets up, heads over your way, pushing in through the large door, glances around, and then heads over to you. Is everything okay?
Somehow she's already managed to pick up some food, whether from like a passing server or maybe from the kitchen, and she has stuffed her mouth and says between bites, Look, just because it's a holiday does not mean that we can rest on our laurels or whatever winter plants you have here that aren't laurels. Going training?
Oh, training.
After I eat.
Aye, absolutely.
I think
She nods, pours herself a cup, and then sits down.
Peach would set a cup in front of Fane. It's a cup of Hakim, but also behind it is a similar cup to the one that she gave Esmond yesterday. It's upside down on a saucer. And she would push it toward Fane with a wink and a, "Hi. This is palm sensitive."
What am I supposed to do?
Eat it, silly.
He looks at the cup uncertainly. Eat the whole thing?
Not the porcelain. Hot damn, I thought you were clever enough.
It looks puzzled. Oh, wait. And he lifts it up, peeks under it.
Underneath the cup, you see a little pink box. Still have to open the box, Fane.
Huh. Is that for me?
Clearly.
Yeah. He sets the mug aside, and picks up the box gingerly, turns it over a few times, puts it next to his ear, shakes it, and then opens it up.
Inside is a chocolate. Do you eat it?
Oh. Sniffs it. Eats it.
Oh. Wow, right away. All right. Outside of the chocolate is a moist but crumb-coated crust. It gives you the impression of fresh brownies and day-old cake, but the type that's mixed with frosting and left out overnight in the really good way that you want the next day. And as you bite into it, Fane, you find that inside is an uncooked cake batter. But it's not uncooked in a way that makes it feel unsafe. It's uncooked like your mom gave you a taste of the bowl after your brothers ran outside. Because you stayed and you helped. And because it's your birthday.
Rosie. Oh.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Birthday.
Happy
birthday!
Happy
Happy birthday, dear Chris.
Happy
birthday to you.
Hey, that's amazing! It's like it's my birthday and everyone's singing and there's cake. I can smell the candles.
Now go let Patrick in.
Oh, is Patrick at my house?
Yes.
That's so good. Okay.
Fade also has cake.
I'm trying to turn on my camera, but I can't. Okay. Hold on.
Yay, that was really good!
But his
That was a
camera wasn't
nightmare.
on for me. Did anybody actually see him?
He's been having
Yep.
internet trouble.
We sang it in every key at the same time.
I'm so
It was
sorry.
beautiful.
Multiple of us had to cross multiple keys in order to do that.
I could not hear myself. No, there's just no. Yep.
Lovely. I can't wait to see the recording where it's just
What all dessert does everyone have? What did you guys have? I actually couldn't see my camera.
I have
Well,
a s'more.
I made a cake. I made a cake and cupcakes yesterday. It's a lemon and vanilla and peach cake.
Ah,
Some
peach cake.
kind of souffle-y thing, which I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it's supposed to be of cinnamon. And I ended up having to write 4 and 2 on the candles because I got the wrong candle numbers.
Oh, I have a lemon glazed scone from Trader Joe's that came
Nice.
out of a bag. That's all I could get today.
My little cake has a little guy.
Aww.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have a cannoli because it's the only thing Kroger had at the time.
I got a cupcake with way too
Hold
many
on.
candles in it.
Let me fix my camera so I can turn it on so you guys can see.
Isaac, I was dying because you had like the biggest flame, and I
I know,
couldn't wrap my
yeah.
head around what I was looking at. I was like, "Is he
It's like
holding
some
a
kind of
lighter?
torch.
What
I
is it?"
couldn't skimp. It's like
Yeah.
Don't worry, Isaac is going to set
12.
a fire.
12 candles or something.
You didn't put 42?
I could only find a candle number 4 from Deirdre's birthday last year.
A star candle.
If I drink coffee, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, why is my heart going so fast? I feel like I can fly.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see you.
Is your internet butts? Do we need to turn off our cameras again, or?
No, it's fine for now. I had my side was just weird. Okay, wait.
Ooh. What's on there?
Yeah. What's it read? What's it say?
That's Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
Yay!
Well, we'll see if the poison kicks in or not. We'll.
Hold on, wait. Let's watch Gibson eat a little bit of frosting.
Make Patrick play.
It was really funny. I went to my door and I opened it, and I was like, "Oh, there's no one here. Oh no, it's some kind of trap inside a trap. It's a trick inside a trick. They're doing something while I'm not there. They're layers." And then he was actually there. He came around the corner.
In the bushes.
This is so nice, guys.
Good job being born.
Happy
I
birth!
did it.
You did it.
There you
Yeah,
go,
thanks for being
idiot. You
awesome.
survived. Awesome job.
Gibson is uninterested in this frosting.
If it's
For
not,
instance, finding your life strings with ours.
it's not steak. So
It is not steak, nor is it fish. Let me go actually get like break some of this to eat.
yeah.
You deserve it.
All right, I'm just gonna leave it recording.
I'm gonna go put ice cream on mine.
I'm gonna put mine away because it's like really rich. It's a s'more. My marshmallows F me up. I was like into it.
Did you guys have a good eclipse?
It was interesting. We had a whole snafu with trying to view it because weeks before the eclipse, I was like, "Hey, Dad, how are we going to watch the eclipse?" And he's like, "Oh, I already checked and I have like 2 welding things that we can use." And I was like, "Great." Day of, I'm looking at this and I was like, "That doesn't seem tinted enough." And sure enough, it's only about half of the protection you're supposed to have. So then I find the other welding thing, and it's really cool helmet. Actually, picture me wearing it, that automatically changes the tint level to depending on what you're doing, based on how much light is being put into the meter. And at its maximum level, it is safe. So I was like, great, we'll use that. Then the eclipse started, and as it got darker, this thing was like, we don't see enough light to turn dark enough. And I was like,
Oh,
what do I do?
Oh,
So
no.
we viewed it through the less safe thing very, very briefly. Made it work. It did get dark here, not as dark as where you guys were. We had about 90% here. It got dim. It was cool. I gardened during it. I planted lots of seeds. We'll see if I grow any Aubrey 2s. And
Oh yeah, it's
I
gonna
do.
be.
You'll
it's
never hear
gonna
from
be
me again.
some monster.
There's some really cool pictures of the eclipse, what the shadow of the eclipse looks like from space. It's just like, holy shit, it's
Nice.
just a dark spot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I cleaned my gutter.
You're like, well, I'm outside anyway.
I was really sad because Chris posted that picture about the leaves. And I was like, I looked around outside and I was like, there's no leaves here of any kind.
I'm wearing Casey leggings.
Spider-Man. No, yeah, fire. Nice.
I like it with the eyeball sweater you're wearing.
I'm like today.
You don't want to be the all-seeing eye or the flaming goddess. You can only choose one. Pick. Don't be pro.
Sure, the goddess calling body these both,
Don't
right?
limit her.
I mean, someone seems to be able to pick both fire and ice, so
No, there can only be one element. You have to choose the rules.
God of ice, God of fire.
I can show the scenes.
That can only my tongue hurts. I can only my tongue.
Is it the gluten or the dairy?
I take your
or the
pick.
sugar.
I made this mini
Yeah,
like
that
lemon
too,
cake thing.
maybe.
Made this mini cake, right? But then I had so much batter left over. I made cupcakes for the kids. So they've been eating cupcakes for 2 days, and they're like, "Mommy, are you gonna share your little cake with us?" I'm like, "No, you've had cupcakes for so long. This is my little cake. I'm gonna eat the whole thing."
I shared my fortune cookie with Deirdre last night, right? So we all got one. And then I was like, you know, she asked, she's like, "Mommy, can I have some of yours?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Maybe you can eat mine." And she was like, "Mommy, I love you so much." Over a cookie! Kids are so, like, snack motivated. It's bananas.
Meanwhile, I babysat my niece yesterday, and she was playing with my slippers, and I looked down, and she licked the bottom of my slipper. And I was like,
This is why you're getting, like, they're getting everyone sick. It's horrible.
but she's allergic to everything. And something, so I'm wearing a pen just in case. And then I'm like, "Amelia, you can't lick shoes." And she goes, And I'm like, "Did it taste good?" And she was like, "Yes." And I was like, "What did it taste like?" she went, she
Well, like Jess said, the kids are snack motivated.
Yeah.
This is the second time she's done. She did her own shoes the first time, and we had a whole talk about. And that time she was like, "I stepped in the egg flour, and I wanted to eat it off my shoe." And we were like, "Okay, that makes sense." But this time there was logic to it. It was just the bottom of the shoe.
When she told her she doesn't finish jellies out of a shoe.
Things because I can. Like, I have a whole thing like this
My
teacher.
God.
Where be like, "Hey, don't whip kids down their jackets." And tell like, "But I can." "Don't." He's like, "But I can." Like, "Don't."
I was at the gym working out, and there's someone who works there, a trainer who works there, had a baby that ran a lot. I remember seeing the kid from college, just super happy, looks at the floor like the mat. Everyone walks around, and then just immediately like dive toward it to lick it. And the woman who was watching him noticed at the last minute, like had to snag him by the back of his onesie and pull him off the ground and keep him from just eating it.
No, it built up. That's good for him.
Just so you guys know, with the video on, I can't make out anything you're saying. I'm so sorry.
All right, we'll unvideo for.
Yeah,
It's all
we're,
the theater of the mind.
we're excited to see the video recording of the birthday song.
Yes.
Oh my
excellent.
God.
Lord.
Yeah. No, this is really, it's funny. This is so nice. Like, I am used to like kind of hosting my own birthday stuff, so I was not even slightly in the mindset that something like this would happen. So I was like,
Yeah.
what's going on? And then earlier, I think Sean accidentally sent me something early or something like that. And it's like, because I got a notification from him, and I was like, what was that? And then I messaged him. I was like, did you say something? He's like, no.
That time traveling fiend.
Yeah, get surprised, idiot.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, thank you guys. And we have a recording of it, and it'll be great.
Were you surprised, Chris?
I was very, very surprised.
Yay!
Yay! Mission accomplished.
I want to
Everybody
hear more
did so
cake eating
good
sounds
plotting.
over the course of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I was late because I was executing an additional birthday surprise for a different friend who also has a birthday today, And I had a friend with birthday yesterday and Christmas tomorrow, and I'm like, guys, this is too much for me.
There are a lot of April birthdays.
Have birthdays separate for damn it. Move your days.
Just
Team-
wait till September comes around.
Team
It's the
Aries.
top
Oh, yeah.
10 birthdays or September birthdays.
November as well, I think. I feel like basically anything that's 9 months after Christmas and the holidays and Valentine's Day.
Winter.
September 9th, 19th, 12th, 17th, 10th, July 7th, September 20th, and September 15th are the top most common birthdays.
You just knew that?
I Googled it. It came up recently because somebody was making fun of me for being very common.
You basic.
I know. Mine's the 5th most common birthday.
Wouldn't that be more of an accusation against your parents?
My dad's is
Your
the
parents'
first most
basic.
common. Yeah, my parents are predictable. Oh, so wait, how does this make sense? Despite that September is so heavily represented in the top 10, there's more births reported in August. Well, how does
What?
that work?
Wait, how's that?
It's just a better spread?
There are
Oh,
more.
maybe like there's.
That can happen. Yeah, more total birthdays spread out, but the most common day is not in August.
Yeah.
Right, like everyone's clustered around late September or something, but August it just has it throughout the entire month or something.
We're all preemies.
I'm eating cookie cake and drinking milk.
Yeah.
Yay!
November does not make an appearance for a long. Like I'm looking at the official list.
Oh, interesting. I would have thought.
November
Valentine's
still
Day.
hasn't made an appearance, and I'm on 50th.
It was clever of you guys to
Out
sabotage.
of months?
80th is the first November birthday.
Out of individual days.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris, what were you
November.
saying? It was clever of us to sabotage whomst?
It was clever of you guys to sabotage my internet so that you could do the whole turn your cameras on thing.
Perfect.
That's worked out really well.
Yeah, serendipitous. Tell Patrick to turn it back on.
He's just like out there cutting the
He's, like,
wires.
he's out there with duct tape.
Shot
Trying so hard, guys. Just long sounds for our old chewing.
Can't stop looking at the eclipse from Mars that
It's just
Chris put
googly
in there.
eyes.
Chris put in the memes. Googly eyes. It really does look goddamn ridiculous. Mars, get it together.
Yeah, it's just embarrassing.
Fuck, that looks dumb as shit.
It really just looks like a rock floating in front.
What are
It's
you
just like,
doing,
why?
Mars? That looks so. That's not a moon. That's not a moon at all. What is that rock doing in your air?
Wait, what? What are we looking at? I see the post.
Memes. Pet
It's in
plants.
memes, pets, plants. Chris shared what an eclipse looks like from Mars, and it looks dumb as shit.
Their moon, I guess, is just an asteroid. It's not really a full, round body. So, and also much smaller than the sun.
I wouldn't even believe that was real, but I guess it makes sense. Like,
Mars, you're so dumb. Goddamn.
They like just silly. That's not even like that. Just can't. How does it deserve to be called a moon? So
Because
small.
it orbits Mars. There are two. Mars has two, Phobos and Deimos.
Is Deimos
And
bigger
they're-
or smaller and more embarrassing?
It's also irregularly asteroid-sized.
If you've watched The Expanse, it's like very.
Oh, I started watching.
I
that.
really need it. I binged the first season really hard, and then I just cratered out of the second.
Same.
They do that.
I'm spoiler free. They actually end the series really well. Like they actually did a good job.
I mean, I read the entire series, but I also forgot everything about it. So I guess when I watch it again, I'll be surprised and new.
I would suspect they ended it differently than the books, but they do a good job. Like it's rewarding as a viewer, even if like it has to be different from the books, but it's very rewarding.
What I remember, they end it at a point that is where the books they do a time skip. I want to say, if what I remember from reading on the internet is correct, which may not be.
That makes sense.
I don't know why, but I got confused watching it. Like I watched quite a far into it, a couple of seasons, and then I was like, maybe I fell asleep during an episode or something, and I woke up and I was like, what the hell is happening? Why are we here? It was I found it very confusing and discordant. I would definitely rewatch it again to see if I could pay better attention and then understand why things were happening.
Yeah, I think it is one of those that's worth like watching twice. Like it's I think it's quite good.
I do remember the books being really good, even if I don't remember anything about them. So also probably worth reading.
Yeah, and it's really good, like hard sci-fi that really tries to make accurate projections of what all those things, like not the magic parts of it, but like the actual the physics of the space travel and how that might actually work, and like the politics and stuff. Like they try really hard to make that as believable as possible. That's nice.
I remember really liking the Belter Cant as well.
Yes. Oh, my character in the game that Allie ran, Monster of the Week, was very, like, based on the detective from that story.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's cool.
Yeah, there.
Kate,
Yes, he was.
a sucker.
Yes, he was very much based on that Thomas Jane character, and yes, I am very imaginative.
Yeah, Thomas Jane, he's great. Alright, I've eaten all the cake I can eat. Do you guys wanna you wanna play? You wanna hang out? What do you want to do?
Hey man, it's your birthday. Whatever you want to do. You got an hour-ish before you gotta go for work, schoolwork or something. So I don't know, your call.
I want to give a present to Casey at least.
Yeah. Let's do some. Let's play. It'll be chill.
I didn't draw anything for Casey.
What the heck?
We can do a scene about that where Casey is sad about Mikey. Let's see where were we. Oh my gosh, this is amazing! This is the most delicious thing I've ever eaten. It's like everyone's around and they're seeing it. I didn't know they were going to do it, and then there they were, fire and frosting.
I'm glad you liked it, Faye. It just, I want you to feel like you're part of our group. We all love you very much.
Oh, it's so nice. He kind of turns a little rosy on the cheeks, and he kind of takes the box, which probably was meant to be discarded, but he kind of carefully closes it like it's precious. Takes it away.
Oh,
You hear knocking on each of the spires of the staircase as Casey comes down, sword strapped to his back, hitting on each one. Hey guys.
remind me who all is down here. It's Ixalan as Araya.
Anyone who wants to be.
You maybe didn't notice Araya until her tail twitches, and then you hear her.
Ding, 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 ding.
Just one bell. And then she like stills.
Kabeth plops down next to you with a plate piled high with food and a steaming mug.
Good morning. Good morning,
Good
Casey.
morning.
Maybe you need to get taller. Because the
What?
sword. Because the sword
No, it's not the height. It's the tilt.
Oh.
And he straightens it up on his back, and it immediately returns to this slanted position.
Araya, don't talk to a gentleman about his, sword angle. Let him do his thing.
Wait, is it impolite to talk about somebody's swords?
Oh my
Well-
god, with no faces, this is so much worse. This is so much worse. I hate this.
After a long, awkward silence, Fane's like, that's what I like.
Hiding under my fucking desk over here. Oh my god.
Why I like the hatchets.
Yeah, that seems sensible.
He straightens up again and comes down. Sits in a chair next to Esmond.
Esmond slides an untouched cup of Hakim over to you without looking up from his book.
You seem rested as he picks it up and blows on it.
Surprising what a few days in a bed and time spent away from a horrible tower will do for your mental well-being.
Glad to see it.
Somsel pops up into a chair. Yes.
And enjoying the festivities?
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice. I think people have been just leaving gifts around. I don't know if they're for me, but no one was using them, so...
I think that counts, right? No, I mean, wait. Or are you just doing the first part of the gift thing, which is secreting something away?
Araya, of all people, shouldn't you be the one who knows the rules of this game?
No, I didn't invent it. They did here in town.
It's created in your honor.
Wait, did we lose someone? I think we lost...
Yeah, we lost Chris.
Oh, no.
Emergency,
fine.
apparently.
Yeah, there's a little cracking sound and... Wait, wasn't Ishtalan just here?
Esmond shuts his journal, stretches a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go find the mayor. I'll come find you all in a little bit. I've actually got something important that we all need to discuss.
Oh, important. Oh, yes, with the mayor.
Not strictly with the mayor, but potentially maybe. I'm gonna go speak with him first before I address the rest of y'all.
Oh. All right.
We will just be important at the table. And she just slowly takes a cup of tea to her lips and sips it.
Okay, enjoy your importance. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
See you soon.
Nods her head.
Casey claps him on the shoulder.
Casey, when you return to your seat, there is a little box on your plate. What? Weird. You didn't see that before.
Raises an eyebrow, looks down.
Do you open it?
Is Peach looming over him?
I mean, do you open it? There's a timer.
He's looking around.
It explodes,
Lock.
Casey. It explodes.
Quebec's
I got-
like,
It took you more than 10 seconds, and now it explodes. It explodes in a beautiful aroma of cinnamon and cloves and cayenne pepper. But it did explode in the box.
That's amazing.
You do not get to eat it, but the air around you smells amazing.
It smells of cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper and cloves and cinnamon and deep chocolate.
Yeah, Casey breathes deep and grins. Pete, did you make this explosion?
I mean, I made you a chocolate,
This
but
is awesome.
turns out you were more of a coward than I thought you were.
What? No. He kind of looks in the direction of Esmond leaving and then back to Peach.
A brave man would have eaten that chocolate and would have had that experience properly.
I didn't know it was chocolate. What was the fuse on that? It exploded really quickly.
Yeah, I prestidigitated it, so it was just me sitting here watching you, waiting for it to be as funny as it could be.
Can you make more of those, but bigger?
Yes, but I don't know that I want to make that kind of deal with you. What do you have an idea with?
Well, I mean, I just think it could come in useful, you know?
I don't want a bomb of chocolate that also has pepper in it. That sounds terrible. Please don't do that.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be for us. It would.
But what if we're in range, Casey? We're always in range.
I feel kind of in range right now, and it's very spicy.
See, Casey, you should have just eaten it. Heck, even Esmond ate his.
Okay. As the treat explodes and cayenne pepper breaks out the air.
Yeah.
Make a Constitution
Oh,
saving.
I'm sorry. Also glitter. Important to know. I mentioned that I have it in my notes. It should also be glitter. I want there to be glitter stuck on Casey's face if he fails the save.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw. The dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity or constitute? I guess dex.
One of
Dex.
each. One of each. One of each.
Oh, okay. You're trying to make Casey more fabulous by putting glitter all over him. Here's a
I'm
con.
trying to see how much glitter sticks to his face for the rest of the session.
This is terrible. I hate this.
Okay, 13.
Hand.
Yeah, glitter gets all over you, but it's so tastefully placed. Like it's just the most fantastic.
Yes.
Kibat said that, by the way. Kibat actually says, this is terrible. I hate this.
And the deck.
You should wear glitter more often. Oh, it's in my mouth.
Yeah, he kind of spins through it as it coats his exposed skin.
I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, you really only have Casey to blame. If he'd been braver and eaten that chocolate right when I told him he should have eaten it, then it wouldn't have exploded all over everybody. So,
Everyone notices that. Wait. At first, it's just an itch in the eyes, and then it starts to sting.
No, but really, Peaches is having
Somsel's blinking furiously.
next session we're playing our Lorian's Crossing characters again.
Everyone dies. No, this
Everyone dies.
seriously though. This is great, Peach. Bring it in here, and he gives her a hug.
Aw, Peach returns the hug.
And he looks around at everyone else. Did you guys get one of these too? This is amazing.
Yes, mine tasted very different. Not spicy at all.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Mine
I'm sold.
lasted for
Good.
a long time. Mine lasted for a really long time, as long as I kept chewing it until it just kept changing and becoming more and more delicious until finally I had to swallow it.
Nice.
Somsel says, "Oh, that sounds really nice for you. I heard like you really like sweets and snacks, and you just had like a snack that lasted forever."
Yeah, but I had to eat it sometime.
Oh yeah, I guess that does happen. You see Somsel like pulls her teacup over, and she's kind of like mimicking Araya and sipping when she sips.
Araya, when she eventually does notice, like after having sipped to solve spice, she'll then like almost play like a silent game of like bringing it to her mouth and then, oh, but there was that one time that Peach made the cobbler, and then sets it down and watches slyly. Is she like 100% mimicking?
Yeah, you can tell. Like yeah, she does. She kind of pauses and hesitates and seems a little off off rhythm when you don't actually drink it, and you realize she's trying to like mimic the etiquette. Like she doesn't really know.
Aw, okay, I won't futz with her then. She sort of like arranges her spoon more appropriately to the side.
Wait, did you mention peach cobbler? That was delicious.
Yes, it's the best one.
Wait, when was this? I made
back
cobbler in 6 months. Oh, in Sheps, really?
Yes,
I've had so many different.
I remember it.
I've had so many different culinary advancements since then. Did you not have the Oranaka pie?
I have a soft spot in my heart for fresh fruit.
Well, okay, duly noted.
But you have been spoiling us. It's true.
I mean, I've been
what do you think?
very lucky with the gracious grace of the Wander and Wanderlust and the DM that allows it.
Have a portable kitchen.
Peach, you probably noticed that your right pocket is a little heavier than normal.
In that case, Peach would search her right pocket.
You feel several, about 6 or so, smooth, kind of oblong stones with a little bit of texture on one side of it in there. And if you pull them out, you notice they're really nice, polished stones, and each of them have a little rune kind of inscribed on it. Looks almost like a burn mark, but in a stone. And you probably recognize it as Ignan.
Oh. These aren't for practicing with the slingshot. This is to remind me of my languages. I feel like these days I should have learned Dwarven.
No. I mean, you can probably read that, right?
Yeah, I can read Ignan. You taught me. Once you taught me something, I remember it, and I no slouch.
Yeah, so it says, cool it, with kind of an exclamatory way. Let me show you how those work. And he snaps a finger, and a ball of energy appears in his hand and kind of cycles through different elemental states before settling on a cold, icy type of energy. And he says, hand me the stones.
Peach hands the stones.
Yeah, and when you place them into his hand, they kind of crystallize and turn almost bluish as they cool down. And he's like, and he plops a few of them into the cup of Hakim that Esmond gave him a moment ago. So this is going to cool it down and keep it cool for like a good amount of time.
Casey, have you just invented this is a cold Hakim, an iced Hakim?
Yeah, I mean, and the good thing about the stones is that they don't melt into water, so it'll keep it cool and, maintain the flavor. But if you just need to cool them down, all you need to do is get me, and I can make them cold for you.
And you can also make it hot again, too.
Ooh, he snaps his finger again, and a ball of fire appears in his other hand. He's like,
Too hot!
That would work, too. You can make drinks hot with them, too.
Slaps his eyes go wide.
If you do that, though, the rune doesn't really make sense, though.
No, the runes are better for the cool, because, well... No, it makes this lovely.
Fan.
Takes a very, top-notch etiquette plate sip of tea.
Fane leans a little closer. Wait, so will it keep it cold all day? How long does it last?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
I'll let you know. You said it was infinite recharge, right? I can show back up whenever and say, hey, sea feldspar, get on over here and keep my drink up or cool it down, right? That's what this means, right? That you're my infinite drinks boy?
All right, I can make the stones whatever temperature you want.
See, I like this sort of service. Thank you very much.
Somsel says, I don't know. From what I've heard, it's going to be cold forever. I don't know if I ever want a cold drink again.
Well, I mean, we can make it hot again.
Having a cold drink while in like the hot bath, this is actually quite nice. It's balance, right?
And Fane nods in agreement. Somsel looks suspicious.
Samson, don't you live in Northgate, honey? Literally the most frozen place any of us could have ever imagined.
Maybe-
Oh, you been there?
Nope.
Well, maybe if you've been in the cold for so long that you're kind of averse to it. I mean, I can definitely understand that as it's been cold nonstop. I need more socks. Actually, yes, more socks, because we're gonna go to Shepherd's End soon, right? So
Yeah, that should be our next stop.
Oh, Somsel kind of perks up. She's like, well, what's the plan?
what is the plan? I think Esmond has the plan. We're just supposed to sit here and look very important.
Oh, and she turns to Esmond's empty chair. Oh. Meanwhile. Wait, Esmond, are you there?
Wait,
Oh, wait, Kabeth.
you didn't get my DM? My
Oh, no.
on Roll20?
Oh.
We can do it whenever, but
No,
I
I
just,
like it. Yeah. Beth, roll sleight of hand. Casey, roll disadvantaged perception.
Disadvantage, that's my best thing.
Beth's not very good at it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, you feel the tip of your sword get caught on like maybe a chair or something, but then you feel like it tugged a little bit.
He kind of turns and pivots to see what's going on.
Beth is in the middle of trying to hook a bracelet around the sword, and she's doing a terrible job at it. It's noisy because it's metal on metal, and also she's just kind of generally clumsy, so she's like accidentally nudging the sword while she's trying to hook this around it. She's like, stupid clasp, come on. And then she sees you looking at her and she's like, dang it. Well, here you go. And she hands you this beautiful woven metal bracelet that is copper and gold, and it's in like a flame motif.
What? This is awesome. He kind of slips it on to his left wrist and shakes it up and down. Did you make this?
Yeah, I made everybody one, but each person has a slightly different version to suit them.
Speaking of which, Araya, roll perception check.
Oh.
Wait, investigation.
Oh. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. There.
Actually, either one. Perception or investigation. Your choice.
Oh shoot! Okay, yay. Can we go with the one that I rolled first?
Yeah. No, 15.
Thanks. Oh
You-
my god.
You notice that the bracelet that Fane is wearing it's like the same as yours but reversed.
she kind of sort of like perks up and like jingles her bracelet at him.
He kind of pauses in the middle of sipping his Hakim and, huh?
Like gesturing between the two. I did that in real life, and that was useless. She gestures at him, sort of like dangling her bracelet, and like with a big grin on her face.
He it takes him a second to notice, and then his eyes wide. Oh. Yeah, and he lifts up his arm and jingles the bracelet. Oh.
And a little like head nod over to Quebec. Your craftsmanship is excellent.
Thank you. She blushes.
Samsel sips audibly on her tea. Okay. Wait. I should check and see if he's actually there. Esmond, are you there?
Yee.
Yeah. Meanwhile...
Make him roll a perception check.
Oh, roll a perception check, Esmond.
26.
Ooh, the first one I rolled
What the
for
heck?
you was a 29. So
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
you do not know how this thing got into your pocket. But there's something in your pocket.
There's something in your pocket, Esmond.
I pull out something from my pocket.
It's 2 perfectly round, polished stones. And there's an Ignan symbol on them that is written. I imagine you can read Ignan, since it's very similar. And it is a command that says, focus. And the 2 stones fit perfectly into your palm, and it's very satisfying to spin them around each other.
Hell yeah, fidget stone!
Fidget stones.
Yeah, Esmond. Oh yeah, how did these get in here, I wonder? Some mysteries, I guess.
No way to know.
Esmond will see the stones, and kind of smirk to himself before pocketing them again and continuing on his way to find the mayor.
Yeah, and before too long, out in the streets, you see the mayor standing there with his hands on his hips, and there are some people putting up like a big banner that stretches across between the 2 buildings. He's like, more to the left. No, more to the right.
Hi, Mr. Mayor, sir.
Oh, and spins around. Are you the watchman?
So I do you have a few moments to spare? Actually,
Of course.
And Esmond will kind of is there like an open bench or table somewhere where they can sit and discuss?
You walk with me. I have to explore. I need to examine the decorations. And he goes walking down we'll say an alley, for lack of a better term. Leaving behind the 2 people on the ladder who were like in the midst of trying to hang up the thing, who seemed dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's their problem. So my friends and I were going to be leaving shortly, but before we do leave, there's a project, an important project that I'm going to be working on soon, and
Go on.
we're going to need a lot of materials to try and make it work. And Esmond will reach into his satchel and pull out a couple scraps of paper and hand them over to the mayor. So there are a number of materials that we're going to need, and not everything. I know for a fact that not everything that is on this list is going to be available in Shepherd's End or even back in Muirwood. So I wanted to ask if you would be able to supply any of these items.
Oh, I see. This looks complicated. What is it?
Well, it's entirely dependent on on finding one specific material back in Shepherd's End, but where the intention is to turn a train car into a flying airship.
He looks a little blank, like he doesn't fully understand, or maybe doesn't think what you're talking about is possible, perhaps. And he kind of scratches his head and says, "Oh, well, you've done so much to help us. Let me see the list. Let me see if there's anything."
Yeah. Esmond hands them over, and the list just has a number of different materials on them, from different kinds of metal alloys to certain types of wood materials, or specific specific wood materials, copper, brass, so on and so on.
I see. And well, a lot of this, you can't find it here, but we do have a reserve of some metals that might be useful to you. And here, this calls for a bit of orichalcum, and we have a small bit of that. Well, we could give you some. Would it help?
Yes, incredibly, actually. Yeah. Yes, any supplies that you can provide. It will take whatever we can get. Yes.
Fantastic. I'll arrange it, and let's see. You'll want to stay around at least until the morning.
We'll probably be here for another day. Yes. Depending on how much that you can supply to us, do you think you would be able to have your men or whoever either deliver the supplies to Shepherd's End or to Muirwood for us?
Oh, well, that's quite a trek and dangerous. Would you not be able to stay just another day?
Another day, yeah, for certain. But I don't know if we'll necessarily. I don't know how much material you're going to be giving to us. So I don't know how much we'll be able to take with us necessarily. I suppose it's dependent on what all you are able to provide.
Oh, well, it won't be that much. I think maybe you'll be able to transport it. We could give you a wagon.
Okay. Yeah. If you would be able to give those to us, then yeah, we could stay for one more night.
He slapped you on the head. Fantastic.
Ow. Well, thank you. I'll let you get back to your duties. We'll be back at the end.
Oh, wonderful. And have you met the giant floating pumpkins that are down in the vault? Fantastic fellows.
Yeah, they're very kind, actually. Yes.
He's wondering.
Oh my god, the Lords of the Harvest.
We should take a pumpkin with us.
I think we determined
Pumpkin all year.
they're too big. They're like, you guys made them big, so they're stuck down there.
Well, but they could just float behind us on like we'll add a tether.
Yeah, we can break them out. We can definitely break them out, Chris. We can bust them out of the chamber, and then they have to come with us for the next year and a half of adventures.
Mm-hmm. So a quick reminder, I think, about like the materials and stuff you're looking for. So like, you can use kind of any materials that like have the appropriate gold value and stuff like that. But if you use like premium materials, some like, for example, like saltwood kind of from the Shepherd's End area, and then like the dark silver from like the temple, like the results will be better. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do we have any kind of like, for lack of better term, spending cash to spend in like Alenghi's right now? Because I feel like Peach has been hoping to get by on the fact that she looks like a girl of legend.
Yes, you guys do have like, what's your group fund? What do you got? I think Esmond keeps track of that.
We have 500 pounds of dead forged steel split evenly between Peach and I, and then 2,999 GP worth of crafting materials.
Okay, and that will include, like, I know it's kind of ambiguous, but that'll include, like, it can interchangeable with spending money as well. So
Okay,
you can
that's cool.
spend from that if you need to.
I just wanted to make sure, like, if Peach wanted to, like, I don't know, get a new outfit while in town, that wouldn't be something that was completely impossible.
We're not spending any of this money on outfits.
No, you're not allowed to get a new look, Peach.
Well, I'll let you guys hash that. But because you mentioned it, yes, dead forged steel is a material you could use in place of, like for example, the dark silver is a thing you could do, but you could also use dead forged steel. It's like a premium crafting material.
But we're just gonna make a haunted floating ship?
Ghost train.
I want this to happen in character.
Haunted floating train.
All right. Then, back at the tavern, Samsel sips her tea.
Araya sips her tea. Politely nibbles a cookie.
So, well, what's our plan?
So we could plan, but we'll come up with a plan that Ez will hate. But my plan is to step through a giant portal that's taken residence in the temple, the main temple pools, and go and find my the sisters of the maiden, the Order of the Maiden.
Oh, yeah. Thane kind of perks up a little bit. Looks at you. Oh, where are we going to the Maiden's Temple?
Yes.
He kind of, his eyes kind of sparkle a little bit. Can you tell me more about it?
About how it was or what it is right now? Because those two very different things.
Well, maybe both.
Well, usually, okay, so for the longest time, the temple has been long existed, dedicated to the Maiden Thrice. Outside of this city, the Maiden Thrice is considered a different entity and not associated with Brunhilde, though the connection is now something I'm deeply curious about. But back to the Maiden Temple. It's lovely. It's got wonderful natural springs that feed into two baths, and they're well renowned for their healing properties. And she sort of looks an expression at that. But the temple is beautiful. It's been around for millennia, actually, and ancient carvings and tiles, and we have a number of wonderful books of dedicated prayers, and the sisters that I lived with there decided to go through the portal while I was stuck in Shepherd's End, saying that they had been called to take water into a barren place, but I think that they're in trouble because no one's seen them since.
Oh. What if the maiden doesn't, herald the Brunhilde? What does the maiden... He kind of hesitates, not sure how to ask the question.
What does she do?
Aye.
Oh, well, so at the temple, we provide a lot of healing, or provide a peaceful place for people to rest or pass. It's sort of a refuge, you see, and the priestesses sort of offer service and succor to those who need that, you know? Oh, you don't know. Well, I know. Well, my friends know. They've been.
And don't worry about those wayward priestesses, Fane. The maiden means to save them.
No,
And he
no.
nods towards Araya.
Ha 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 ha! See, that you're going to make everyone really confused, but I really will try to exemplify what she means here in this plane, you see. It's just been a while since the gods have sort of favored this dimension, and that really needs to be solved, don't you think?
Araya and Casey, each of you roll persuasion.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
It's 15! Plus 15.
I can be very persuasive.
Fane slowly nods, kind of knowingly, at Casey and glances at Araya.
She dips her head in deference to being beaten by a far better storyteller.
No, we will help them. It's just, I wonder why they felt that the maiden was calling to them, except if by circumstance. I mean, the portals are quite, not divine, but they are astounding. Fane, were there any portals here in town in the beginning, when everything went sideways?
Not here in the town, but there have been strange things in the forest. I mean, from what you've said, I wouldn't be surprised if there are maybe more of them, where those things are coming from, beasts I've never seen before.
Who ranges far out of the town here, or do you mostly all stay close?
Not many. We stay here close to Olenge's Pass. We sow for the winter. Mark the horns of the maiden for long winters coming here.
She blushes. It's just, it'll take some time for me to get used to that phrase.
Nods and kind of he kind of lowers his eyes a little bit, and it's almost like a little moment of reverence, and he kind of sips his Hakeem. Sam's still glancing back before all, and he says, "Well, remember when you guys want to head out? I want to get with you."
You sure you don't want to stay here in Olenge's Pass, where it's far nicer?
No, I mean, it seems like there's so much to do out there.
The desert through that portal is going to be awesome. You should definitely come.
What, there's a
Completely
desert?
devoid of water.
Giant sandworms.
Sam still has more experience exploring than most of us all, right?
I love exploring.
Yeah.
Never been to a desert.
Also, I heard. Did someone suggest a flying train? Beth, was that you?
Yeah, someone was.
Who's?
And about then, that's when Esmond comes to the door.
What's happening?
Flying train?
I haven't mentioned any of that to any of you guys yet, but
It does not say that.
Yeah,
Now-
somehow we heard about a flying train anyway.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
only Kabath and Ez know that.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Okay.
But yeah, I think when Samsel's asking about traveling and having never seen a desert, that's when Esmond comes in.
Hey, so who has time for a quick team meeting?
Of course.
Samsel
Anything for you.
raises her hand. I'm on the team.
You don't get to join in the initial part of the meeting. I will bring you in after initial discussions are had. Is that okay?
Oh, dang it. Okay.
That's a little rude, Ez.
Well, it's going to be for her benefit.
No, it's okay. In the Digsman, there's a hierarchy too. You got to kind of pay your dues in the beginning. Go to all the dangerous places, get a bunch of treasure. When you bring it back,
Samsel,
then you're one of them.
If you learn some of this investigation, you could be tried for treason and be killed by our queen and her guard. So
I need to use the restroom. I'll be back.
We wouldn't.
Yeah, okay.
We wouldn't let that happen.
Wait, Esmond, are you saying that the rest of us all might end up being tried by Queen Lilith? as
Yeah,
well?
we all
Or
kind of
as well?
discovered this together, and so
Like-
now we're all kind of on the hook.
Wait, what?
That's right.
What's discovered? Let's go over those crimes and charges again. Wait, what?
Come on, upstairs, everyone follow me,
No.
please.
They can
And
try.
Esmond
I
will lead
don't-
the way to his room.
We did not do any kind of necromancy. I don't think we did anything that was against any kind of rules of lux. And I saw Salinger earlier today, and he doesn't seem like he's any kind of time criminal either.
If I cast silence around your wandering wanderlust, does that create like a sort of sneaky hole that nobody can listen in on?
I don't know. Last I heard about the Wandering Wanderlust, Casey was trying to convince me to cut a hole in it so that we could, traverse through the
For a good
spheres of it
reason.
all.
That plan's right.
I didn't say it wasn't a good idea. I'm just saying that I'm trying to
Everyone
manipulate it
upstairs
more
now,
than.
please.
And Fane says, I'll risk my life for Brunhilde and the maiden. I'm coming with you.
That's fair. He was there.
Fane, I'm going to ask you to. You weren't technically there, I don't think. Actually, no. Never mind. You were. Okay. No, you're fine. Come on.
You asked and I said no. I'm coming with you.
No, but I am very serious about the layers of secrecy.
I'm very excited for this. Her bell on her tail.
Okay. Before too long, up the stairs, you guys move into the conspiracy chamber of Esmond's room.
Yeah, in the center. After the everyone is inside and situated, Esmond closes the door and locks it. And in the center of the space, he activates the crystal matrix, so the blue holograms light up against all of the walls of the room. So it's taken me a bit of time, but between the research I've been doing and with Kebeth's, frankly, genius ingenuity, I think I've devised a plan for us, actually. We've been reacting this entire time. I think it's time that we actually take action and take the initiative for once. So, with that in mind, what we know is that the White Tower is causing some kind of disruption in the world. But that disruption is being stopped or slowed by whatever device is located, the metronome device that is located in Lux. Based on the notes that we'd found at the Stone Tower on Desmond's research, he suspects that the device, the metronome device, is the one and the same that is keeping the Queen alive and has kept her alive for all these years. The fact that we know this is what I believe would see us tried for treason and or executed on the spot if we ever blurt any of this out to anyone.
Wait,
So-
well, why? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be thick here. Why is it treason that we know it? We're not doing anything with it.
Sure. Can you name anyone else that knows this? Or can you think of any note in any history book ever that you've ever read? Or anything
No, but
you may have been
I
taught
also
that
couldn't
mentioned this?
I also couldn't describe it if you asked me to do it 5 minutes from now.
It doesn't matter. It's the fact that you know about it. I am almost certain that something of this magnitude would guarantee us all being executed if we are ever found out to have known about it.
All right, then, well, then this White Tower thing, that's hurting Queen Lilith, and if she's trying to kill us, then, no.
Slow down. Slow down.
Let's just not even think about the treason as part of the thing on the table. It just means that this information is sensitive and he didn't want to share it with the general populace of the town. That's all. There's no treason until we act nefariously on such information, but
Or
sharing
until we're found
information. No, we're gonna be fine. Don't even worry.
Either way, yes, as Aurea says, I don't want to spread this information around as a precaution. So currently the only ones that know anything about the metronome device presumably are everyone in this room and the queen and whoever she trusts with that information. With that said, I have a few. There are a number of goals in mind that we need to accomplish. We need to reach the White Tower and stop it from terraforming our world. We need to find Shalati. We need to find and rescue the maidens from the portal located in the temple, and we need to reach Lux so that I can go to and study the metronome device.
After we conquer the tower, because it's the only thing that's holding back the tower from utterly ending us all.
So, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Here's
order of
no,
operation,
Wait,
right?
order.
And ain't the tower on an entirely different continent? I thought you could only talk. I thought it
But
was
order-
when you could
okay,
talk
okay.
through the phone through that staff person.
Yes.
How can we affect anything?
Because, and this is all speculation currently until we can get back to Shepherd's End, but here's what I'm proposing, okay? We get to Shepherd's End, and we have two objectives to tackle there. One of the two is to find the other maidens at the temple. The other one, and Esmond cuts his eyes towards you, is that we need to go down and, with the King of Up, negotiate to see if we can locate and take any Dragonstone that may potentially be located under the town.
What? No, but
Casey is fully reclined in his chair, feet up on the table, shirt open, grinning at Esmond as he rattles off all these objectives and commands, totally just beaming at him. And when he addresses Casey directly, he just smiles and nods at Esmond. You got it.
I nudge Casey, and I'm like, did you hear the part where he called me a genius?
Oh, I heard it.
because you are.
So the reason that we have to go below and deal with the Iron Kobolds is we need Dragonstone. The reason that we need Dragonstone is, and he slides his hand against one of the holograms on the wall behind him until it reaches an image of the Peril Drive Core. The engine that we took from the Stone Tower, it is an airship engine. It is designed to work and allow any ship to fly. However, all airships are designed to not be able to actually successfully take off without Dragonstone. Dragonstone is notoriously only found in the depths of great underground mountains, tunnels, cities, in some cases. The Iron Kobold region is the only place that I can think of in our immediate vicinity that could potentially house that Dragonstone. If we can find that Dragonstone, and he slides, excuse me, and he slides some more holograms until he stops on a train. Instead of building an airship, we can retrofit the Peril Drive Core along with some additional crafting materials that I've already begun trying to calculate how much we're going to need, but we can retrofit the engine into a train to fly. That would allow us to begin moving locations more quickly. It's going to take time, granted, but it would be faster than trying to build our own airship. And this is where I'm slightly divided. I'm not divided, but I need to run all this by you. I believe that once we have a working flying train, still wild to say that aloud, once we have a working flying train, I believe that we need to go to the capital of Lux and we need to meet with the Queen, and I need an opportunity to study the metronome device. I say that because whatever energy the White Tower is outputting, the metronome device is outputting an energy that is opposing it. If I can study that device, I could potentially learn something more about the tower before we try to go to it. And regardless of what we decide to do, when we are ready to go to the White Tower, I've been thinking about this. It's still theoretical at the moment. But I think that potentially the only way to actually reach the White Tower is through the place between. And my theory is that Samsel said that she and her group from wherever she came from, she, like, continents away, a place that none of us know, she crossed the barrier to try to get to it and wound up in Mirwood, of all places. I have my working theory is that whatever fog of war is separating the natural world from the White Tower, it's impassable, but potentially maybe not through the place between. And now that I have the formula for the door jam device to turn any portal into a doorway to the place between, we can, with relative ease, quote unquote, make our way there. And especially with a flying train, I feel like our travel time would be cut immensely. But regardless, that is the rough plan that I've devised for us.
You notice that from her kind of small pile in the center of the room, Peach's hand is extended into the air, not at full arm's length, but just slightly over her head.
Yes, Peach.
All right, this may sound like the stupidest of all questions, but what are you going to do when Queen Lilith or someone of her ilk or her support say, hey, what are you doing, Esmond Clockrat? You're from the wrong, like, time-space thing. Ain't you kind of like, I don't mean any offense, but didn't Desmond, commit crimes by even bringing you here? Shouldn't you maybe lay low and be safe?
Or better, you'll need a makeover.
We can worry about that when we make our way to the capital, but regardless, it's not something that we can ignore.
No, but also we can't ignore your safety, Esmond. We are not going to replace you like that Desmond Phillip did.
We're just gonna send Casey in first to convince them, and it'll go fine.
No problem.
I don't want to lose another one of you all. It's not fair.
I am less worried about myself as I am against the whole of reality. If what it takes for us is for me to serve prison time or potential execution, maybe we can belay it until after we can stop whatever is happening.
We'll break you out anyways.
Well, I appreciate that, but regardless, it's not something that I want to. I'm not going to hold us back from an obvious goal to accomplish, to have a better chance of stopping everything, because I'm scared of what could happen to me.
Okay, I just, you were so good at thinking that the whole big picture of it all. Also, you need to make sure that Esmond Clockrat, our friend, is safe.
Well, I think he will be. I can't imagine a leader who would concentrate on the source of knowledge when it can save her entire kingdom and possibly the world. It would be very short-sighted of her. I think we have a very good argument to help I think she's a good leader. She's kindly and benevolent, right? Right?
Is she, or has she just been a leader for a long time?
It doesn't.
History was never my strong subject.
It doesn't matter. Regardless, we have to reach her. We have to ask her what she knows. We have to study the device. We need to ask for an army from her, potentially. We need as much help as we can get, is my point. I want to go to the capital for numerous reasons, all so that we have a better chance of stopping the White Tower from completing what it's currently doing to our world.
Okay. I just thought that, yeah.
So that leaves mainly just the order of operations for once we get to Shepherd's End. The only thing I haven't really settled on is whether it would be better to try and save the Maiden's area or to try and search/ask for Dragonstone from the Iron Kobolds. First, I should say.
Yeah, we need Casey for both of them, so I guess we can't do them simultaneously, right?
I don't think it would be wise to do them simultaneously. No.
Finn says, if you're looking for an ancient stone, it's been there for quite a long time. You can probably wait. If the maiden sisters are in trouble, they can't wait forever. We should go there first.
Yeah, that
Thank you,
thing
Fan.
does have a point. I don't know how much water they brought with them to a desert world. And, guys, I guess this is a question for you, but do you think that they're on our world but a different spot, or a whole other world? Or dimension?
I mean, if it's been so long since Shepherd's End. I mean, if it's a portal similar to all the others that we've come across, it's another doorway to a potential reality. So it's another world that is similar to ours, but is different in some way. In the obvious case, it is there is a vast desert that is inhabited by sandworms.
I didn't see a sandworm. Casey, where are you getting the sandworm idea?
No, they're enormous and awesome.
You saw one?
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope they are herbivores.
No. It'll make traveling across the desert definitely spicy.
Treacherous? Spicy. No, we've had enough spice. Thank you very much.
She sort of like rubs her nose.
Maybe they eat sand.
Yeah, that's a solid theory, and in a desert area, yeah. Anyway, does anyone like that? That's just my rough plan. It's taken a minute, and I feel relatively confident in it. So I just questions, concerns. Does anyone have any alternative suggestions? Because this one was kind of a
doozy. Treacherous and treasonous also. Yes. I think we could do this. I believe in us. Good team meeting.
Finn says,
Yeah.
It sounds as though you've got quite the path ahead of us, and I'm happy to go with you. I do worry if you're talking about facing up against the Queen of Lux. Never seen her myself, but I've heard at least stories back from when Lux spread across the land. And that's a mighty fierce power you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll admit, I'm not exactly thrilled about meeting the Queen, but desperate times and all that, right?
It wouldn't be heroic if it was easy, I suppose.
Yeah, we have to do the most good.
I guess that is the goal, yeah. So, anyway, we lost time. I'm sure you all are aware by now. We seem to have lost anywhere from 2.5 weeks after returning from the stone tower. So time is a factor that we have to consider. And with that in mind, everyone needs to be packed and ready to go by tomorrow morning to return to Shepherd's End.
Do you think there's anything that we might need in the desert that we just can't get anywhere else? Casey, we're gonna need way more of those cool stones. Deserts are hot, right?
And cold at night.
Oh no.
No, I mean, I think we'll be okay.
His eyes widen. Hey, that's a fantastic idea. Your stones, they're not as useful here where it's cold, but if we go into a desert, they'll be perfect.
Yeah, but I mean, plus we have Peach that can just make a shelter out of nothing.
Well,
I mean, that's true, actually. I can't make food out of nothing, though, Case. I mean, the Wonder list does a lot of stuff, but it doesn't make food out of nothing.
Thane, who do we talk to about maybe stocking up a little bit more from town? Maybe we could take one of those pumpkins with us.
I think the mayor would be the best one to speak to about allocating materials. I know everyone here is fond of all of you and your intentions. I think he would be willing to help if just someone would go and talk to him.
If anyone wants to join me, I can go speak with the mayor. I had spoken with him briefly a bit earlier when initially requesting for additional supplies, materials that we'll need for fixing up the train car. So, I don't know, a few more adventuring supplies, desert supplies wouldn't be too much to ask for, I suppose, as well.
Well, I'm just thinking of the food thing, and that Shepherd's End couldn't really support us as additional mouths to, we should, yeah. I'll help. I'll make a list. I can make a list.
If you want to make a list, I'll go find the mayor, and we should be packed and ready to go by tomorrow morning. Yeah, everyone?
Yeah, that sounds great.
I think I got some, personal shopping to get done, me and Salinger, but beside that, we'll be ready tomorrow.
Hey, sounds like a plan then. Spend one more day of rest in here, and in the morning, we'll be on our way.
Okay. And Esmond closes the crystal matrix. I'm going to go find Samsel, give her a rundown of what the general plan is, leaving out the treasonous details. And I'm going to see if I can, what other information she can give me about her travel from wherever she was to Lux. I'll see you all around. And Esmond packs up a few things and exits to go find and speak with Samsel for a little bit.
Nice. Yeah. You guys break from the meeting, heading back into the tavern and the surrounding celebrations of Lenge's Pass. We'll probably end here pretty soon and pick up again later, but I think at some point later in the day, Casey.
Yeah, Casey, I think finds Araya in a place away from the rest of the people.
She is diligently making a stock list of things that they could possibly need, really racking her brain.
Hey, Araya.
Oh, Casey, hi.
So I know with the festival going on and everything, you're supposed to kind of secretly give gifts, but
Wait, do you
You
want
know-
me to give you back those flasks of oil?
the what now?
No, nothing.
No, but rules are meant to be broken, so he walks up to the table and sets a small carved statue of the maiden. And it has a tail and looks very much like Araya. And,
Her eyes get all like teary.
and around the waist, there's a small bit of parchment that's tied with a little bit of string around the center of the statue.
Oh, Casey, you shouldn't have. And you'll find yours later. It's already snuck. You can't unsneak it now. But thank you.
She untwines the twine and unfurls the parchment.
Yeah, written in common on the parchment is you must worship yourself first.
She blushes a whole lot. Like with blasphemy.
And Casey's at the door already, and he says, just don't forget it.
Thank you, Casey.
She sort of like furrows her brow, like reads it again.
Yeah, and then he's gone.
Aww.
Nice. Esmond, the scene that you want to do with Somsel, is it long or medium or short? Does it make more sense for Tone to do it tonight, or do you want to do it next session?
It can happen whatever. It doesn't even have to be a scene necessarily. It was just something that Esmond would do just to get additional details, whatever he can from her.
Okay.
I mean, if we're gonna do a scene, they could let's just save it for next week because you gotta skedaddle, right?
Yeah. Let's do it next week, and that way we're not rushing it. Well, good game, guys.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday.
Thank you for the fun, super fun surprise. I definitely did not see it coming. Good stealth, sleight of hand roll.
Aw,
Nice.
yay. All right. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Nighto.